So, can you tell me your name and your ministry location and context?
Yes, my name is Catherine Mayer. I go by Kat. And I live and work at one church in Louisville, Kentucky.
My name is Daniel Kim. I serve at a church in San Jose. And married, I have 3 kids.
Ron Cunningham, community pastor, and right here, man, Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey, I'm Doug Glenn, and I am lead pastor at Hope Covenant Church in Chandler, Arizona.
And my name is Heidi Glenn. I am also part of the team at Hope Covenant Church in Chandler.
My name is Joe Nooney, and I'm married to Melanie. I have 2 kids, Elijah, who's 10, and Joy, who's 4. And I currently live in Sacramento, California. So when I first interacted with Rooted, I was associate pastor at a church in Oakland, California. I had been serving there for actually about 10 years. During the time when I really got connected with Rooted, my daughter, she had health issues. My mom was dying of cancer, and our church was, in the season of the pandemic. So there's a lot going on. And my time with Mac, the way that he ministered to me was, pointing me back to that resting Jesus, and the constant reminder that in the storms of my life, Jesus is in control. Like, I actually remember in particular talking with him right after my mom passed away. And I was actually sitting in my mom's house by myself. And it was the first time I had entered my mom's house after she passed away. And it was just an incredibly powerful time. I will forever, be grateful, for that.
I serve as the family pastor at one church, not at Louisville, that'd be weird. I didn't know much about Rooted Ministries. Also just kind of kept it on the radar, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. But I was like, I don't know how I could be involved. And then you guys did your retreat outside of Denver, and I saw it and I was like, oh, that would be amazing to go to. But mostly for me, just getting, as a mom of 2, I have 2 toddlers. So as a mom, getting to be around other pastors who only met me as a pastor and not in any other capacity was so life-giving for my soul of okay, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm supposed to be. And just getting to meet God in a way that I've been craving so desperately.
I was looking for someone who I could look up to as a mentor, someone I could talk to about ministry and life and just some of the difficulties of ministry, someplace where I could talk with someone who knows what the challenges of ministry are like. I got connected to Kevin through our denomination, the Evangelical Covenant Church. And so I think having a place that, as a church leader, where you can talk to people who are also maybe going through similar things as you, but aren't as connected to the community that you're leading, that you're supposed to be shepherding, is so valuable.
And we have just loved the ministry of Rooted. It's been so helpful to us in our journey, especially over the past number of years as we transitioned into this role of lead pastor. Kevin has been a huge mentor, friend. He's given me so much wisdom, so much encouragement. If I had time to go through some of the things that we've encountered as a church in our ministry over the past 5 years, most people would shake their heads and go, that sounds like way too much craziness for one church. But we've gone through it, and I don't know how I would have done it and gotten through it without mentors like Kevin that have just made such a huge difference in my life and in my walk.
We went to the Colorado Springs retreat in the fall, and it was hugely impactful, meeting other pastors in similar circumstances. And at the end, Kevin did the Father's Blessing, and wow, that was so big for me. I really needed that.
So Rooted, man, has been a on time, right time ministry that really touched down in my life at a point that felt like that I would describe as a desert experience. The crazy moments, man, of the murky maze of ministry. And so Rooted, man, has been a respite for me. The retreat, man, in Colorado Springs, to be around other people who are in similar situations, similar mindsets, heart conditions in the same place, but to watch, probably like looking into a mirror, watching people react to the Spirit the way that I felt my soul being refreshed. Seeing others around the table, man, share their experience and hearing that I'm not alone, but then also watching the weight being lifted off of many brothers and sisters, but feeling it, all together.
I definitely think Rooted is a necessary thing. I think for me, I was like, oh, it's for pastoral care, and almost when you're like not burnt out, but you're like at the breaking point. And so I was like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. But I think one of the things I realized at that retreat was it's never too early before you have a team of support people around you who are checking in on you, who are caring for you, who are saying like, hey, we're having this retreat, like we want you there. Like, it's never too early. So like, get involved, have that team. If you're a church leader and you have a church below you, have Rooted come in and like come alongside you and your staff and your team, because though you all might be flourishing and feeling great, it only takes a second for all of that to come crumbling down. So like, to have the support is so necessary. And so I think that like, if I hadn't gone on that retreat, like I wouldn't be where I am right now and exploring the things I'm exploring and asking the questions I'm asking. So I think it's super important.
Thank you to Rooted Ministries, and also thank you to those of you who support this ministry, because it is crucial, it is critical, and we are deeply grateful.
Thank you so much.
Take care, y'all.